I'm Jack from Cars at Limitless, and as you can see from the title of this video, we will be doing repairs and upgrades to our 2013 Ferrari FF. So to start the video, we're going to be doing the repairs on the Ferrari. I've got a couple of things that annoy me every single time I drive it, and they're dreadful, so we get them out the way. And from there onwards, we're going to get to the biggest part where a lot of you FF owners want to see, is we're going to be lowering the car on the stock suspension. We're then going to be adding wheel spacers all the way around on an off-size fitment, and then finally we're going to put bigger wheels and tyres front and back. We'll be showing you all three of them. So first of all, we'll be going just lowering on the stock wheels and tyres, then we'll be adding wheel spacers to the stock wheels and tyres, and then finally we'll be adding the bigger tyres that I've gone for on the Michelin Cup 2s. New workshop, which we have no ramp in, but we have space. So let's walk you through what the crack is on the front. So first of all, we're missing this. This is a rubber seal that runs right along the top of the car. I think it's about 130 quid just for that, second hand. So that bad boy's got to go on. From there, we're missing bump stops on here. This one's broken off, missing one there, and missing one there. It stops the sound this making when you drive along. My cover for my oil cap in the very top corner there is broken. A little bit of tiger seal. It is in grey, it's our only problem. So I'm now sitting in the back of the Ferrari, and this thing here is a seatbelt extender. So when I get in the car, the idea is this pushes the seatbelt to me, and it saves me reaching around and hurting my arms. This one, as you can see, is not sitting correctly and does not work intermittently. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And it does not go back properly. I believe someone has already been in here before, because we had different size bolts in places and some were missing, and Jack did a boo-boo, like it was Jack, and I did break one of my trims. So we've got the new one. Let's hope it's the right side and the right size. I believe it looks like the right way. Is indeed, perfect. The JB weld has come out. Yes. Because we have a little situation. This is good stuff. Basically, this little brass thread, as you can see there, is meant to be inside the little cover that we just cleaned in there until we get a new one from Ferrari, but that won't be till the mid to end of October because everything was shut in August, so now there's a backlog. So me and Sam have now said we are certified Ferrari techs as well as Lambo techs. Sam has got the carpet adhesive out and we're spraying the foam all back down.
We're doing it properly today, guys.
Yeah, we're in the mood, Sam, aren't we?
Yes.
I'm going to get Sam a cloth so he doesn't put any JB weld on my seat. Or on my Italian leather, so it'd be fucking... Well, I don't want it on. Looks like a war zone's going on in there. Everyone just said it looks like the airbags have exploded. It's all going on here, look, it literally looks like the airbags have exploded.
It's broke to start with.
Huh?
It's broke to start with.
What is broken?
This bit.
Oh, so that needs... So we're waiting for the JB weld to dry over on the other side there. So now we're going to start on the door card, because that needs some more JB weld. What happened is, I don't know if it was one of the boys got out or whatever, when they got out, they caught the top. So whenever someone slams the door, watch this, come in tight, Sam, ready? You go from there. When you slam the door and I'm sitting there, I can see this. Yeah? And then when you drive along, it goes...
Annoying.
Very annoying. That is like top 10 annoying.
The damage we have, guys, we've literally got everything off now, a little bit of a son of a gun. But we broke this mount here where we got the bolt. This mount here is broke as well. And then down this line here, down to this mount. So that's why I haven't got mount up there.
So the last moron that worked on this and broke everything,
There's a bit load of gibberish.
he signed his name, I think, here.
What have you done?
Just drop the bolt, because can I have that?
Because you're a moron.
Where is he? Oh, he's gone. He has...
Well, we've completed the fix on this section, but obviously now Jack has lost a bolt. That's going to be interesting. We're going to get this back together, and then we can move on to the door card.
I'm going to...
Jack's angry face, guys.
We're grafting people, but...
No, we're not. You have done 1 bolt, and you're still on that 1 bolt. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one's broken. And Jack's still...
What do you want, a medal? This is the first time we worked on a Ferrari.
Well, what are you doing up there?
On your Lambo, 30
You've had a little tantrum, dashed that, ended the phone on head, now you have a cry.
You slag.
Right, I'm going to put this on, guys, and then I'm going to put this back on and clip this in, and then we'll start putting the seat back together while you still fucks about with that bolt.
Oh, get on there, you cunt.
Having fun, Jack?
No, I've dropped everything I was fucking not trying to drop.
Who put that?
I want a fucking nut for that. I got you, you cunt. Fuck's sake, I pulled that straight off. Progress update. Sam has got the seat pretty much in. He's just got to do the bottom bit now. Let me fold that up out the way.
We've got this section here can go in, but I can't put this in because we found one of these little clippy things broken, so it's waiting for the JB weld to dry.
Sam fell over, and door card is now complete. We managed to put a bolt in that metal bit as well, so that is solid. Just got a little bit of tiger seal in here because someone broke the clip off previously, so that's just tidying up. But everything works.
Right.
So.
Now we're going to rear diffuser. So let's get underneath the car because we've got to do the rear diffuser. We've got a little bit of a problem. We went to Gravity, wasn't it, Jack? A couple of weeks back, we had a little look and she was low.
I'm not sure. I think I'd done it when I was picking Johnny up one day, and they put one of them temporary speed umps over like a car to road.
So we've got 1 bolt here. We've got 1 Jack side, 1 this side, and I think there is 1 more else. And then you can see, or if you can see in there, guys, the under trays are not now connected to the diffuser.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
So we're going to try and get that sorted as well. Right. No, don't bother filming it. It's no different. All the difference is I'm sweating. Looks no different to what it was.
No different.
I'm sweating.
There's no difference, but it's got bolts in it.
Yeah, and I'm drowned.
We are sweating.
And now we're getting on to phase 3. We are going to we're going to lower the car on the stock wheels with no wheel spacers. So all we're going to do is lower the car 20mm on the stock coilovers.
So we're going to see how big the gap is.
We go from the rim
Is 120mm is what that is.
Right, moment of truth. First time having the Ferrari wheels off, so let's see how they get on.
I don't want to damage my carbon ceramics.
We don't know how they're going to come off.
Lovely.
Can't wait to get rid of them P0s.
Because they're awful.
Honest with you.
And by the looks of that, Sam, when you said I'm running on the inside there.
Yeah.
Size of that. God, that's better. Lovely. Look at it.
Cause your pad.
and you can see where obviously it hasn't worn at all, and
Yeah.
then where it has come obviously wearing through there.
So we're looking at this. We have got to compress this with spring compressors.
Yeah.
We've got to be careful of the top. We need the top open and you wind them from the top.
Yeah.
Squeeze that tight. Obviously it should come from the bottom or the top.
Yeah.
Then this black boot on the bottom here. You can see, Sam will show you from there.
Yeah.
That black cap, that just pops off.
And we've got
and
some
then
spinners.
there's 2 lockers.
Yeah.
You undo the lockers all the way until they sit on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then basically you're just going to lift that up 20mm.
Yeah, so that will go up more. Okay.
Yes, so you just drop this whole lot down
Yeah.
20mm. That's all
What
we're
will
doing.
happen with the electronics here? We had the experience with this with the Jag.
I have no clue. I don't know what they're for.
I reckon that's going to do it.
I
Dash up
reckon
in the
they're
code.
to do headlights. These are our spring compressors.
And I've got to get it all the time.
He was on about you had to take this off, but then you didn't have to take this off.
Couple of minutes. That didn't take too long. We've got a nice soft hammer. It looks like it's going to start moving.
So Sam's just, obviously that's the locking one. Sam,
Is that tightening up or loosening?
That looks like loosening to me. There we go. Your singles are sitting there. So we've got to undo the locking one. Here we go. So now that should spin. And hopefully...
So if you're at the front of the car, on the left-hand side,
you're going
towards the front.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Come off the thread, but you're just sitting there.
Yeah, that's the idea. It sits right on the
Yeah,
bottom.
but with nothing. Just loose.
Oh, that was a little bit harder than we thought, but we've now got it so that both of the locking nuts are sitting down on the housing at the bottom.
Does feel wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems
Feels like you've gone too far.
but they're not. There's actually a housing they're sitting on. Now at the minute, the shock's just obviously loose because it's compression. What we will do on the next one is make sure that we put this further up. We just clamped the first 4. We're going to try and do all 6 springs because it held out these either side. The spring either side obviously makes sense. Held out really much. So we had to do a lot of beating with this to beat it round to unlock that top lock bolt. So. There's our first spring compressor off. So now is the moment. We are going to drop the left-hand side down and see what it looks like. We've done both. Rear was a lot easier doing on the front, just because you can get an impact gun on the spring clamp and clamp that straight down. So that made it a lot easier to work on.
A bit more room, didn't it?
Yeah, more room to work. So we'll probably start on the rear again and finish up with the hard part.
Right.
Bring the tape measure over, Samuel. Seems to be very, very low now. So I don't know what the back was. Didn't measure the back. Just to measure the other side.
120.
Yes, what the front was. What's that side? Samuel.
140.
So it's gone down 20mm on the back from the tyre. What's the gap now? So there.
Well, it all depends on shitty P0s. 45mm.
Yeah.
Roughly onto that edge.
Yeah.
But you got horrible curvy bits.
Yeah, indeed. So actually, now that's hidden that even more. Makes it look even worse.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
That
Like
looks
if you look at that,
far
look.
that's back in.
Look how far that tyre is in there.
You've got 40mm.
That's why I've gone for 25mm spacers and a 20mm bigger tyre.
So there should be. Ooh. Let's do the other side, and then we can mostly get the car out, come back in.
Yeah.
Just let it settle.
Yeah.
3, 2.
Right, the plan of action is we're going to drive it around the compound quickly just to make sure everything sets. Now we've moved the suspension, and then we'll see what the finished height looks like. At the minute, it is quite a lot lower. Well, considering it's literally slammed as far as it will go,
Yeah.
it's not like drastic.
No. So the front lift still works on the car, which is good.
All wheel left.
Sorry, all wheel left. I thought I'm talking about my Lamborghini.
Just because you're a peasant, you only got 2 wheel left.
Come on, Jack, people want to know the conclusion and if it's worked.
Right, so we're going to tape up quickly now so everyone knows what the sizes are and what the actual fitment's like. So from the rim, we go first of all, we was at 120, we're now at 80.
Right.
So we've gone down 40mm on the front.
Lovely.
Beautiful. I would have said, so far looking at it, good fitment, just now it's buried in there.
What happens, will the wheel be tight to the wheel arch when you bring the wheel out?
No, you've still got enough gap. Back looks on point,
Yeah.
apart from again, it could just do coming out a little bit.
Which we got, what, 10 or 15?
15.
15, beautiful.
15's coming on,
So what's
which
the
is
depth?
what F Car Guy put on his with
Yeah.
15.
What's the depth?
Depth from the rim is 120,
What do you have?
140. So we come down 20mm on the back.
And 40mm on the front. Difficulty level?
I'd give it a 7 for the fronts, because
Yeah.
they're quite hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Backs were easier, fronts were harder. If you can't get either one undone, the locking nuts undone, it means you haven't tightened up the spring enough, decompressed it.
Once we got to that one and done the spring up a lot more, it just haven't
Yeah,
done
this
itself.
one we had about 10 minutes of beating it round, the locking nut round.
And what did we learn on the last one? If you get a jummy bar and go off the wishbone and then lift it up, you can just spin it with your hand.
We did indeed, yeah. Once you've undone the compression enough, so if you've got the piston like, it's like this is your spring, and then you've got the big bit on the bottom, and then your locking nuts are underneath here. All we done was you just got a bar underneath and lifted this up a little bit, and it just freed it so you could spin them. So instead of spending 5 minutes tapping it round, you just get the bar in and then flick around. So yeah, overall, we would said it's better,
Yeah.
but definitely needs wheel spacers.
Yeah, and then we need to see if we're too low on the front,
yeah.
because of that we might have to
I
bring it
did
up 5
scrape
mil.
coming down into the compound,
Right.
so I need to 4-wheel lift. So
Yep.
for everyone that doesn't want to go bigger tyres, you know what the wheel spacers will look like. 15 on the back, 25s on the front. The fronts have got their separate nuts to bolt onto, where the 15s on the back have got extended nuts.
Yeah.
Or bolt,
Yeah.
nuts, yeah.
And then we move on to fat
Then
wheel
we take them back off again and go and get the big fat boy wheels, the Cup 2s, put all round.
So we're moving on to spacers. To start with, we already have a dilemma. We have lowered the car 35mm on the front roughly, and the jackets.
So we need a low nose jack now, don't we?
Awesome bits of wood.
Yeah. So another part from Euro Spares that now is here because the factory is open, because we are in September. Here, let's talk about wheel spacers before we put them on. So what I ordered was 15 mils for the back with extended bolts and 25 mils for the front, and they've got their own bolts to bolt in. So there's 2 different styles there. And the reason for that was, I wanted 20 mils for the front, but then I couldn't find 20 mils with extended bolts, and you can't put the separate bolts in with the 20 mils because the spacer isn't big enough for a bolt head, if that makes sense. These I could just buy straight from the company. I will tag them in, but they are SCC, they're a German company, and that's they do all wheel spacers. So these were quite easy to buy. These are for the fronts at 25 mil. The rears at 15 mil were a pain in the arse because I couldn't find the correct bolts for these, because they need to be 15 mil bigger and only 15 mil. So we managed to get them, and they look like, voila, like that. So we'll measure them in a minute to the factory ones, but I had to message the company, I had to then use their link to order them, and then I still didn't pay the duty that comes from Germany, so I had to pay for that when they dropped them off. In other words, wheel spacers are hard to find if you're looking for different offsets. Let's get putting them on. This is free. So this is what we've got going on. We've got a 25 mil spacer, which then's got its own threads for the original bolts for the tyres, and then we've got our own ones to bolt this to the actual brake itself. So let's get this installed. That's going to fit on there, so let's see if it fits. First of all, we need to, my only thing is, I've got that. Where does that go then? Does it just go like that? There. No, that don't work then, does it? Because it's on there. No. 1, 2, 3.
Are these bolts for Ferrari?
Yeah.
You're going to take that locator pin and that bolt to hold it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off the
no choice, have we?
carbon. Yeah.
Well, so we didn't realise that. So now that's got to come off and that's got to come off.
Let's do that first. Let's go nice and gentle. We'll see if they break. Let's see what happens. Let's get something over the disc in just in case it falls out, but it shouldn't do because it's all locked in there.
Voila.
So looking at Jack's camber on his tyres, this one is already set up for NURB on this side where it's wearing, ready for corners. But track road use, it is awful and going to kill someone. So you need to sort that out when you get back, Jack. So Jack has put in a paste that comes with the spacers to stop them squealing, apparently.
Yeah. Do you need me to put my foot on the brake, sir?
Yes, please. Your holder and locator pin are there.
Lovely. We'll save them just in case we do need them again.
Yeah. Right, I'll just torque these down. 150 newton meters. 140.
What have you just done?
So I took it. Grounds them off and slide.
What have you done, Sam?
Grounds them off and slide.
Come on the steering wheel.
No, you're not holding enough.
There?
Yeah. Right, front ones are nice and easy to install. We had the locator pin and the bolt to hold the carbon ceramic on. They both had to come out because the wheel spacers never had the locator areas for them. But nice and easy, bolt with the bolts up, 150 newton meters is what we're talking to, or 140 roughly.
You do need two people.
Do need two of you because you need to pick front the brake. And yeah, we're just now good to put the tyre back on. I'm so glad we're getting new ones put on tomorrow because look at that one again.
Yeah.
What are we rocking on?
Pow! Well, we've now got different spacers going on because we haven't got studs for these ones. These are just longer bolts. So,
yeah,
this is what's going on. You can clearly see it's 10 mil thinner than the last one.
Yeah.
But it has no hole. It's got extra holes which we needed on the front. But that bad boy
goes in there. We have the locator pin and that pin.
Lovely. That's fine. It doesn't matter about that.
And that fits beautiful straight in.
Now what we got?
Longer bolts.
Longer bolts.
So put one in and one in. Let's see what they look like when they come out.
So these are the difference.
Yeah, we
see the height on that.
Yeah.
Obviously these are fully threaded, but they're not. So they probably could have not gone as far on the thread.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Are we running on the back? No, the back is running even. Yep. We've got even spread on the back. Back is good. If anything, I'd say we've got a little bit more here than there. So I reckon you're a little bit too much pressure in these, Jack. Yep. Because look, you've got lots of tread in this one, and a little bit thinner there.
Right, what I do want to show everyone quickly is why you have to go for longer bolts when doing the wheel spacers if you're not bolting them all the way down the front. This is a 15 mil spacer. You only have 18 mils worth of thread on that. So, you've got no thread.
Yeah. So
that's our problem. So if I were to put these on with these, they will not work because you have literally 2 turns of a thread on there. You will be dead. No Nürburgring straighten the barrier.
Yeah. Threads as the fronts.
No, still not
Nah.
as many threads, you reckon?
Nah, they wouldn't be longer.
What are they then? What's the difference on these? Let's measure the two. Well, you got a tape measure?
Yeah, we've got an electronical one in there, but it needs to do battery.
Yeah, 18 mil.
You got that one, you'll see that.
Yeah, 18 mil.
Yeah, 15, 16 mil.
Yeah, so they are correct.
They are bigger.
So what was we just checking there, brother?
We had a quick check on these because I didn't feel like they were going in enough, but when you actually think about it, they are winding quite a bit. They've got about a 17 mil thread on it. We do have a proper tool for it, but it's got a flat battery.
Yeah, that light, Sam, you're saying is awful.
Up there, we put new lights in the workshop, guys, because the other day it was a little bit dark when you see the rest of this video beforehand. And then it's sunny outside today, and the new lights, it makes it very glary up there.
Yeah, we've got like a little crack that's coming through up top, and it makes that glare. So
that will be
about that, and that will be fixed in the next video. If we go from this way, it's brand new. So we've got a new one there, two here, and one over the back there. Just give us a little bit more light in the workshop.
Are you having a laugh at me or what?
No, I'm just showing people the new workshop.
No, this bulb's having a laugh.
Well, once we get this one on, then we will drop it down and see what it looks like fitment-wise on the stock tyres. So remember, these are still stock 295s and 245s, and then I'll show you what we've got coming over the back here while Sam tightened up. I went for Cup 2s. These are second-hand tyres because I wanted to make sure they were going to fit before buying a whole new set. And also we're going to go Nürburgring, so we are going to wreck these a little bit. So the fronts, which are these two here, these are off of a GT2 RS. Can you see that? GT2 RS yellow. That's what it stands for. They both say it. So we've gone 265s for the front. So on the front, these are 245s, 3520s. So we've gone 265, 3520s for the front. And then the rears, we have gone for 305s. So the Pilot Sport Cup 2s. They're not the R's, just the 2s. And we've gone 305, 3020s on the rear. So yeah, we'll see how we get on fitment wise. Sam's just going to talk that bad boy up. We haven't had to put it on the wood because again the car is now too low, so we will see. Results.
I don't think the camera does it justice how much different it looks from this wheel to that wheel. So I've got my special level out and hopefully the car's level. So we'll level off the wheel arch, see what the gap is in between the wheel arches now and to the side that we haven't done, to give you the best comparison either side. Let's get the tape.
Looking from here, would you go different, Sam? 15s on the rear, perfect. We are going to go slightly bigger tyres, so it's going to stick out a little bit more, but we will just be in there with the camber we got, and the fronts are so much better. 15mm on the front wouldn't have been enough.
Oh yeah. 20. I think if you're going to go stock wheels, I think they're perfect. Obviously, like you say, the only apparent we got with these is the back wheel looks great because it's not got that curved sidewall, where the P0s on the front do have a nice curve, not nice, horrible curve. So yeah, if you're going to do fitment, I think that's the best fitment for it. Yeah, what we've done. 15 would have still been like the back before it got the 15 mils.
Yeah, yeah. Right. 25 mils definitely on the front. I wouldn't have gone any less. Let me hold that for you, sir. Where's the level? Bear with me.
In. Where are we going? Let's go on that bit there. Yeah. That's not even going to go in enough. Level.
Yeah, we are perfectly level. We have got about
6 mil.
Yeah.
From the rim, that is.
Yeah.
6 mil.
From the rim.
Yeah.
Sticking out there. See that?
Let's go to the front.
Yeah, with comparison on the front. We'll go same way again. There. You was. Let me hold
this isn't going to be 100% because I don't think the floor is 100% level. It's like our calculations.
What are you there, Sam?
32 mil.
So we're 6 mil at the front. Oh, that side.
And 32. Yeah. What does that work out? 31. Yeah, about perfect. For a tape measure level. Yeah.
Beautiful. Look, as you can see there, look at that. Look how much that wheel is hidden in there. That, and then look at the front of this one. It's literally just there, bang. The time we put the bigger tyres on, we should be a good fitment all round.
Right, the rears.
Yeah. Be quick, because battery's going to die.
22 mil to the rim, not the tyre.
22.
22 to the rim.
Right, let's be quick, be quick. We're going to die on the battery. Where you want me? There.
I said 22. 10 mil.
10 mil.
Roughly.
So time we put the tyre on,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, or you're only 5 mil out because the sidewall sticks out.
Yeah, 5 mil, yeah.
Right, so that is a comparison. We're going to get the other side on, and then we're going to get bigger tyres on. So you don't need to see us do that side, we'll smash them on, and we'll see you at the tyre shop.
That's what I was looking at. Oh, but then you won't get the other one in, will you, necessarily?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, the 265 might be better off going.
So we made it to Ben's tyres. He's cracking on and getting the rears off first. We'll see how we get on with them bad boys from that. And yeah, front lift didn't work as we come in, as usual. So it's in a minute at the minute. I don't think it's a problem with what we've done to suspension. I believe it's just a fault code because it had come up previously. So.
Yeah, that's going to work and not...
There's something we've just learned. There is more left turns than there is right turns on the Nürburgring. So there's 41 left and 32 right. So we're working out tyres and where they're going to go, depending what wheel.
They all...
So I'm going to give you a comparison on the width of the tyre. As you can see, that's what we're looking at there. On the width of the tyre itself. These are naturally more cambered on the side, as me and Ben were just saying, and these expose the rim to like curbs and stuff. Or these are going to give me a bit more of a fat look. Where the Michelin's do, like this, if we look here, you can see it's literally sitting out probably 10 mil over that rim itself. So yeah, fitment on the back, looking 10 out of 10 at the minute. We'll see once we get them bad boys on how we're going on. But I believe, Ben, these are off a GT2 RS. It says it on the tyre. It says, I saw the other one, GT2 RS yellow.
Okay, yeah.
So first tyre is on. It is looking not quite flat, maybe just on the other side of verge of things, a little bit too big. We'll see once it's on. Possibly could have gone for a 255, not a 265. So we'll see once Ben gets that on if it's going to fit and if we've gone for the right choices. Moment of truth. Going on the front. Let's see if I've done right or if I fucked it right up. We will know. He's in there, Ben, isn't she? Oh, that's definitely going to come up a bit.
It's going to have to
Come on. I might be driving over on the lift. Fucking hell. Yeah. Okay, so 30 mil on the front is too low, and that's going to come up 10 mil later on. So just moved from Ben's. We're going to chuck fitment back, looking really good. Still a little bit high, but that's as low as we can go on there. Front is way too low. At the minute we're tucked right up in there. We have got a lot of noise coming, but I think it's the tyres picking up a lot of the stone. But yeah, just got to be careful not to catch all of that lot in there and rip that all off. So just a nice steady one. And let's see what this side's looking like. Yeah, so I think 265s, people, maybe a little bit too big with depending. This side's actually picked up now. But yeah, by all means, it does need lifting. So we're going to have to lift the front up by at least probably 10 mil, maybe 15 to get the same fitment as the back to the front. So what's happening is where the front is too low now, the wheels are just starting to touch the outsides of the wheel arch. So we're definitely going to have to lift this up. It's going to be a very slow journey back to the yard and then we can get it up. It's not rubbing anywhere else, it's just the car on the front is very, very low and they're just starting to touch. Ever slowly, only when I go over a bump, it just touches. From that, everything seems all right. So if we can just pick it up that 10 to 15 mil, that should solve all our problems. We need your reaction to the car and also to see my problem.
You're rubbing, aren't you?
Possibly, sir.
Possibly, I'm rubbing on my wheel arches.
Yes,
right.
Possibly, sir. Right.
I was just preparing another video.
Yes.
Which will be filmed today and tomorrow.
Lovely. Right, come on.
Right.
So, this is the rear. Let's start with rear first, yeah?
Yeah.
5s, lovely.
Yeah, I think I would have said they fit better. Obviously, you got a bit more of a gap now because you got 30s, not 35s. Definitely a much better fitment.
Yeah.
They don't come out as wide as I thought they was going to.
No.
But I suppose we only went 305s from 295. So, what do they feel like?
I don't know, sir.
Oh.
Man didn't do any more than 30 on the way home.
Oh.
Yeah, good with that?
Yeah, nice.
This one's not my worst victim.
Huh?
This one's my worst victim, this side. If you look here, he's rubbing on here, onto there. Yeah, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. 11s, 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, 21s, 22s, 23s, 24s, 25s, 26s, 27s, 28s, 29s, 30s, 31s, 32s, 33s, 34s, 35s, 36s, 37s, 38s, 39s, 40s, 41s, 42s, 43s, 44s, 45s, 46s, 47s, 48s, 49s, 50s, 51s, 52s, 53s, 54s, 55s, 56s, 57s, 58s, 59s, 60s, 61s, 62s, 63s, 64s, 65s, 66s, 67s, 68s, 69s, 70s, 71s, 72s, 73s, 74s, 75s, 76s, 77s, 78s, 79s, 80s, 81s, 82s, 83s, 84s, 85s, 86s, 87s, 88s, 89s, 90s, 91s, 92s, 93s, 94s
I feel like you should have went 30s. Yeah, well, me should have been 265 30s.
Yeah, or yeah. 255 30s. And we need to break this up. Me and Ben both looked at it. Ben dropped it down and we was like, oh my god, that's tight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've come home doing 30 mile an hour the whole way home. Every pothole, every lump, and every time I braked, it rubbed on there. But we are alive.
Yeah, you have done a bit of rubbing. Oh,
Ben said they'd be alright to get home, but yeah, that needs lifting up by about 15 mil on both sides.
That's your thumb now. In a minute.
Yeah, go on.
That's like next competition, isn't it? Oh yeah, she's rubbing. It's a bit better on that angle. Now go the other angle. Yeah, so that's your problem. Yeah, there. You're rubbing on that. Jack, what are we doing with this in the workshop again?
Rolling is back in the workshop. The front tyres are too big. They're no longer rubbing on here because we've raised it up. The boys raised it up for me, as you've seen previously. But we are rubbing on the very, very last turn on full lock and obviously opposite lock on either side of the wheel arch liner. So we're going to have to drop down. I was trying to look for some 255 30s. So that means we go from 35 to 30 and from 265 to 255. I couldn't find any at all. So I've had to go back to the original size of 245, 35 20s, but in Michelin Cup 2s. So I'm hoping it's still going to be better sidewall, but in theory, I think I'm going to want to go to 255 to make it look right. So we're going back to stock size, but in Cup 2s. So the rears work really well, but I need to try and find some 255s to see if I can get that working.
One more thing we've got, the gap in between there, as you can see I can get comfortably 2 fingers in. When we come around this side, we need to go up a little bit more. So this is what we've been finding now, because you're not just dropping it right down to the bottom of the links and you're having to leave the thread on, you got a little bit of playing on trying to measure in there. So we know it's got to come up a few turns, so the wheel off both sides, and then we are going to raise this side up a little bit more, which means we've got to compress the whole thing again, but we're experts at that now. Also, another note, that won't go under there. 1, because it's lower, but for 2, that tyre is basically flat.
Yeah.
So this is the second-hand tyre that we had, and they're going to go back anyway because they're not obviously fitting, but that has been in, what, 4 days?
Yeah.
And
it's been driven. It's been driven home, and that was it.
It's been driven from the tyre shop here, which is what, 6 mile?
6 miles.
And then it's sat there and it's flat, so...
Worked.
What's that?
A piece of wood trick. We do need some, like rubber chogs to get them up. Especially if we're going to put ramps on. These are always a pain in the ass to get on ramps, as you would know if you work on your own one. But yeah, so the block of wood always works. Let's get the wheels off and then we can get that.
I think that was stupid. It won't let you do anything if the bonnet's up.
Yeah, no, yeah. The door open. If I have the door open and go to reverse with the door open, like that, it then chucks it out again.
Ugh.
But yeah.
We got a Lamborghini. It's got none of issues.
No issues, no? No issues with Lamborghini, sir?
No.
No? We haven't, this is the first time we've worked on this car. How many times have we been on yours, sir?
Once or twice.
I think the whole channel is just your car, sir. So the results of tyres and lowering. We would recommend not lowering the front all the way down to the bump stop, so 20mm front, 20mm back. The backs will go to bump stops, the front won't. Wheel spacer wise, I'm happy with the 15s on the rear and 25s on the front. Really brings the wheel arch out flat with the tyres. And then finally, I went 245s on the front to the original size, but in Cup 2s. And I think if I went again, I would go find some 255 30 20s to match the rear. So I would go that 10mm bigger, but I'll drop it down in size. So overall, Cup 2s are looking really good. Fitment all round is a lot better. We're not hiding the wheels in the wheel arches, and we can have a camp or a campfire in the wheels. So in a minute, we are ready to rock and roll from Nürburgring. We'll catch you in next week's video.